Humongous, and here comes the assassin, Jimmy Golden, the Lord Humongous, and Arn Anderson.
Everybody's been sitting here dragging. I'm going to tell you how things are happening around here. Where is Austin Idol first off?
Where? We don't know.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him since last. Does anybody else? His own wife and his own mama don't know where he is, because he's in the world and never. He's in the land of hurt. You understand? He's out of it. Now, you got something I want to see here. I get inspired every time I see this special on my big man. So back off just a minute. This is a special on my big man here. My Alabama champion, the greatest wrestler maybe that's ever been here. Oh, look at my group. I want you to take a look at my stable. Oh, the magnificent over here. Gorgeous Jimmy Golden, your Southeastern champion, the Alabama champion, Humongous, and my new man, the assassin. You know what he's capable of. You got a special here. I'm not sitting out here talking. I want to see that special. Put it on now. I'm tired. Put it on. I want to see it. Let's go. Roll the tape. If you would have.
I'm gonna take it away. The bottom of the cake
comments from you. I'm out here very briefly. I don't have much time on this program. I ought to be talking the whole program because I got a lot to say. I want you to take one more time. I want you to take just a minute, one more time, to look at four of the greatest athletes in the world today. Arnold, my gorgeous one, my animal, and my assassin. I tell you what, things are cooking for the stable. Austin Idol is out of it, and there's going to be a lot of other people. I'm going to have the Continental title. I'm going to have all the titles. I'm going to be the greatest manager of all time.
Well, Tennessee Stud has certainly worked himself into a frenzy with this stable of wrestlers out here today on Southeastern Wrestling. Well, I tell you what, a frenzy he worked himself into in Birmingham, Alabama, a frenzy that cost him $5,000. We'll talk about that and see the World Heavyweight Champion in action next when Southeastern Wrestling continues. Still to come, we'll see Jimmy Golden in action on today's edition of Southeastern Championship Wrestling.
I know you got some film, and I don't wait a minute long. I want everybody to see how Ric Flair got his butt kicked and how Studd butted in and cost him 5 G's. Can we roll that film right now?
Let's go upstairs. It's Birmingham, Alabama. It's Boutwell Auditorium. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. You can see the Continental Champion Bob Armstrong making his way through the sold-out arena at Boutwell that night, setting down the Continental title. The World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, making his way to the ring. But when he got in the ring and the timekeeper started to make the announcements, that's when they had a big surprise.
Well, that was a big surprise for me because everybody knows you get an hour with the champion. And here came Ric Flair with a big contract signed by everybody in the National Wrestling Alliance that says 30-minute time limit. I didn't like it a bit. I came ready to go the hour. I was going to go 45 minutes and then put everything I had and try to beat him in the last 15 because he's a good defensive wrestler. We finally got it settled, and it was a 30-minute time limit. But as you're going to see, I had him beat anyway until Studd butted in. If we'll just go along here now, you'll see what's happened.
The contract had to be brought to ringside for that because everybody should have to see it.
I wasn't going to believe it any other way, but he did bring the contract down. It was signed, so I had to go for the 30. Had to speed up my plan there a little bit, but brother, to start jacking jaws, maybe 30 minutes will be long enough.
Now, at this point in the match had been going on for almost 30 minutes. About 25 minutes had elapsed, and Bob, I've seen Flair a lot of times, but you had him rocking at 25 minutes.
Yeah, he'd been lacerated on the head. He was losing a lot of blood, and I really felt like I had him. You know, you can feel a guy when you're wrestling, you can feel his strength kind of sap, and it felt to me like that I had him. You know, he was not as strong and tense as he usually is, and it felt to me like I was going to have him.
Of course, the referee closely keeping a watch on the action. Flair just barely managing to get that shoulder up after the headbutt from you, and it's getting to be at this point where I really thought the world title was going to change hands.
Yes, so did I. I had a real good feeling about it. I had a lot of steam left because, like I say, I had trained for an hour, and then he came in with this 30-minute deal right here, and I messed up a little bit, but, you know, you get over anxious, just like Flair did the time I beat him. He got a little over anxious, and I beat him in that non-title match. So here we're going pretty good, and like you say, the time limit's getting real close now. I know that. He does, too. He's trying to hang on, and I'm giving it everything I got to try to beat the man.
Well, of course, now both men are extremely exhausted from the onslaught of this match. Now Flair back up on his feet. You can see him post-bob into the ropes. He ducked that elbow, and now this is where I thought you had him with that flying ball.
So did I. He hit the mat real hard. It kind of took the wind out of him, but he's a tough guy. There's no doubt about it.
Now, watch this. Here comes the Tennessee Stud. The timekeeper had just called. He said 30 seconds left in the match. Down comes the Tennessee Stud and starts to just scream at Mike Jackson that his clock was wrong. His clock was wrong.
That's right. That was his idea that he rang the bell too early. You're going to see him in just a minute there. I'm working on Flair right here. He's counting him out. I'm jacking the jaws. I'm doing the job. I had the world champion. I really believe I had him beat if it hadn't been for the Tennessee Stud. Somebody else must believe it, too, because they wouldn't have fined him $5 grand if they didn't think I could have beat Ric Flair.
Well, of course, this tape was taken before the National Wrestling Alliance, and right here, in just about 2 seconds, you're going to see the Tennessee Stud reach down around Mike Jackson and ring the bell himself, signaling that the match was over now. Bob Armstrong's got Flair hooked in the sleeper.
That's right. I got him in a sleeper, and he felt real weak.
Right there.
Right, he rang the bell right there, and I had 30 seconds left. That's the whole thing. That's why he was fined. He interfered. I had 30 seconds left. And as you can know, you can beat a man 10 times in 30 seconds. It only takes 3 seconds to count a man out. And you see Flair thinks he's going to get out of it all right. Stud left. He thinks he's done his job. He'd rather see anybody be the world heavyweight champion than the Bullet. Now, he thinks he's done it.
Now, Mike Jackson has gone to Marion Crumley, the referee. He's told him that Fuller had rang the bell, not him, the official timekeeper of record, and they ruled that you did indeed have 30 seconds left. They made Flair get back in the ring.
That's right. They ordered him back in the ring, and they set the clock on 30 seconds. You're going to see right here, at the end of that 30 seconds, I had him.
No.
See him coming back in the ring. He didn't want to come at all. He argued with him, but he knew he had to do it, or he'd forfeit that title.
Now, because of what happens in this match, because of the interference and all of the other things that went on, you've received a world's title match coming up in the near future with a 90-minute time limit.
That's right, Rick. Not a half hour, not an hour, but an hour and a half. 90 minutes I got with Ric Flair, brother. 90 minutes. Now, let's see just how bad and how long he can go.
You know, it's coming up in January, Bob, and there's only, here you are back in the ring. Flair getting back. You have 30 seconds to go from this point, right?
I had to give it all I had right now. I had 30 seconds in which to beat the world champion. He's a tough guy. I came real close several times, and at the end of this 30 seconds, you're going to see I had him hooked. But the bad thing about it was, just as I did hook him for that final count, the bell rang. My 30 seconds ran out. You're going to see it here. I had him, every time he made a move, I reversed it on him. I had him. I was way ahead of him on points. I had the steam right here. You see, I had him.
You got the sleeper again.
Right. I'm going to take him right to the ground here. Now, watch. As soon as I take him down, he's out. I feel that he's out. And as soon as the referee touches his hand to raise it the first time, the bell rang. My 30 seconds was gone.
Now, the rule is that he has to detect the arm 3 times,
At least 3 times to make sure he was out. You're going to see the first time the referee grabs his arm, that was it. I thought I'd won. Well, his arm raised the arm
like a piece of jelly.
Yes, I thought I'd won because I felt the man, he had no life left in him. He was flat on his back. He couldn't move. I thought I was a new world champion right here. And if it hadn't been for that stud and costing me that 30 seconds, I would be the world champion.
But as we said, he's got a 90-minute match coming up with Ric Flair in January. It's ordered by the National Wrestling Alliance. It costs Ron Fuller $5,000. There's only one stipulation in that match. It's not in your favor. It's because of the time it was done that Ric Flair must beat the Continental Heavyweight Champion, Bob Armstrong.
That's right. That's the only thing I got to watch. I got to keep the Continental title because the match is signed on the contract. Ric Flair will defend against the Continental Champion.
Exactly.
Stubbs after the Continental title. I got to hang on to it, Charlie. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to hang on to that Continental title because I'm going to meet Ric Flair in an hour and a half. And, brother, I can go all night if I have to, and I'm going to show Ric Flair. I'm going to put him to sleep this time for good.
Best of luck to you, Bob Armstrong, and facing Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in January. Let's go to the ring right now.
Don't miss the excitement. Tuesday night, January the 1st at 8 p.m. The New Year's Day Spectacular comes to Mobile's Expo Hall. It's the 5th annual Night of Champions. No increase in admission. You'll see U.S. Junior title match, the R.A.T Patrol and Bill Ash. Special event, Porkchop Cash meets Arn Anderson, managed by the Tennessee Stud. Alabama State title, Rick Gibson challenges the Lord Humongous, managed by the Tennessee Stud. Southeastern Tag title, the R.A.T Patrol battled Pat and Randy Rose. For the Southeastern Championship, Mr. Olympia challenges Jimmy Golden, managed by the Tennessee Stud. And in the main event, Bob Armstrong defends the Continental Continental title against the Tennessee Studs Assassin. The New Year's Day Spectacular, Tuesday, January the 1st at Expo Hall. Wrestling fans, check your local TV listings for the exact time of Southeastern Championship Wrestling next Saturday right here on WKRG TV 5. And Wednesday night, January the 2nd, the excitement of Southeastern Wrestling comes to Crestview, Florida, the National Guard Armory Gym at 8 o'clock. Tuesday night, Mobile's Expo Hall, the first day of 1985, is the 5th annual Night of Champions at Expo Hall. Standing by, we have the comments of the Tennessee Studs stable.
What a wonderful week it's going to be. You can see I'm flanked by champions. Some who have belts and some who will have belts when it's over. He's going to take care of Porkchop Cash for me Tuesday night, and it's a great way to start off the new year Tuesday night in Mobile. He's going to take care of Stammy for me. You're going to win me the Continental title. You're going to get me that Continental title. You're going to take care of Mr. Olympia. You're going to take care of Ricky Gibson. It's going to be a great night for the stable. Tomorrow night in Pensacola, we're going to win $20,000, that Battle Royal money. Oh, I just can't wait. I can't wait. It's such a big week. Let's get it started right now.
The first day of 1985 marks a big night in the career of Bob Armstrong, the Tennessee Studs Assassin.
That's right, brother. The new man in town, the big guy with the mask, about 280 pounds. But you know, the last masked man he brought in, Mr. Continental, didn't do too well. His mask came off. The world-famous assassin could go down on the Night of Champions.
It's the first night of the new year, no increase in admission, and you'll get to see Porkchop Cash take on Arn Anderson.
Ooh, because I feel good today. You know that? First day of New Year's, too, and I got something for Arn Anderson. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, I'm going to hit him with the left so fast, Rick. He going to be begging for the right.
It all happens Tuesday night, the first day of 1985, Mobile's Expo Hall for the Southeastern title. Mr. Olympia collides with gorgeous Jimmy Gold.
Well, gorgeous Jimmy, or whatever you want to call him, I want to say one thing. I finally get my chance at a Southeastern title match. Now, Jimmy Golden, it's a shame, you know, because you should have tried to get out of this match. You should have talked to Arn Anderson. You should have asked him who he calls me now, Mr. Olympia. And Fuller, I was glad to hear you say, Mr. Olympia over there, you're going to beat Mr. Olympia. Well, Golden, you get a chance. You get a chance to defend that belt. But don't count on walking out with it, Golden. Just don't count on it.
The 5th annual Night of Champions, Tuesday in Mobile.
And the Assassin, managed by pro wrestling's greatest manager, the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller. Their opponent now making their way to the ring. 235 pounds. Washington, D.C.'s Porkchop Cash. His partners will be Mr. Olympia and Birmingham, Alabama's Josh Stroud.
All right. As always, the ever noisy Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller. Is that a good way to describe that, Rick?
I don't know. It seems like in the last couple of weeks he's had more and more things to say for himself. All of them very laudatory, at least about his stable of wrestlers. 3 of which we get an opportunity to see right now. He's fixated, of course, with the Triple Crown of wrestling. The one belt that, of course, eludes him is the Continental Championship, now held by Bob Armstrong.
And good shoulder smash by Jerry Stubbs, puts the Assassin down. Good. Look at the Assassin, though. Finds no Stubbs on the mat. Full body slam by Mr. Olympia.
2 of the foremost masked wrestlers in the sport. Now the Assassin goes in. Small package from Olympia. 1, 2. A near pin situation on the Assassin. And the Tennessee stud wandering at ringside, lending his advice and criticism to anyone who'll listen.
Something that makes that Continental title, we touched on that briefly, or Rick did, about Mr. Fuller wanting desperately to have possession of the Continental Heavyweight Championship. There is a contract signed with the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair, to meet the Continental Heavyweight Champion upcoming in the early part of 1985. And it's a 90-minute time limit match, and right now Bob Armstrong is the man to face Ric Flair, but...
Look at this. Olympia just under and around Arn Anderson, up with 1, 2 flying drop kicks that rocks Anderson. An arm drag, and here's a situation that's got a lot still developing in it. Porkchop Cash now in for the tag, of course, the former Alabama state champion. And interesting to note, Charlie, as well, that Porkchop Cash has finally gotten a return match for the Alabama State Championship, something that's been eluding it for the past 60 days.
It certainly has, and I know the Chopper is very pleased with that. Arn Anderson finding out that that turnbuckle is no place to be when you have a man like Porkchop Cash. Oh. Dropping.
Driving the knee into the forehead of Arn Anderson. Oh, wait a minute. The tag to the Lord Humongous, the reigning Alabama state champion. And you get a small idea of some of the power behind this man as his judo chops. Oh, look at this. He's got Porkchop Cash up in the air like he was an infant. And Chops is weighs in at least 235 pounds.
Hey, you like my team? I manage the greatest wrestlers in wrestling, don't I? What do you think about him? Look at him. He was up there in the lights, wasn't he?
Wait just a minute. 1, 2, almost. Mr. Fuller had some comments about his team.
Now the tag to Josh Stroud, an up-and-coming young man from Birmingham, Alabama, a fine wrestler in his own right. But against the Lord Humongous, he's running into a lot of difficulty. Humongous is all over his man, pulling him back into the corner and out. The assassin tags in as the legal man in the ring.
Hard right by the assassin, rocks Josh Stroud. Now Mr. Fuller is back.
I got one thing I want to say. We challenged Austin Idol for the Southeastern Championship, and we won it right here on television. I got a challenge I want to make. I know Bob Armstrong's back here watching this match, and he's listening to these comments. I want him to put his Continental title. If he's got a gut in his body, he'll put the Continental title up right here on television, and I'll put any man in my stable against him for the championship. You deliver the message if you don't hear it. I want him to defend the Continental title on television.
Well, what can you say? The challenge is down. We'll certainly relay it to Bob Armstrong. It'll be interesting indeed to see who the Tennessee side picks to go for the Continental Championship. Should Bob Armstrong accept? Stroud now still in trouble against the Lord Humongous.
And a hard right by Humongous. Stroud, as Rick said, still having his problems. With a threesome managed by the Tennessee Stud, the assassin, Lord Humongous, and Arn Anderson. Good left connection by Anderson. Stroud, though, all right, fighting his way back, trying to make it that corner. Good headbutt, he makes the tag with Porkchop Cash.
And the chopper hits the ring as Olympia holds Anderson, and he's looking for a little bit of revenge on one Arn Anderson. Whips into the rope, a big fist, and now Porkchop Cash. Did you see the right hand? Didn't even phase the Lord Humongous. That would have knocked an average man completely out.
What a powerful man, this Humongous. Now, Mr. Olympia tags in. Arn Anderson going into those ring ropes. Double chop by Porkchop Cash, and Mr. Olympia dropping the elbow. 1, 2, almost. Oh.
Ring official Larry Brock, of course, keeping a very close eye on the action as Olympia pulls Anderson into the fire ropes. Anderson catches him with a short knee. And once again, we see the Lord Humongous making his way towards Mr. Olympia.
Olympia, rocked by Humongous. Just bouncing him off of that ring. Look at this. There again, the power in the Lord Humongous.
And as you can see down there in the corner of your screen, Mr. Fuller...
Can you imagine having a man the size and caliber of Humongous throwing you around the ring, and then as you look up, have something like Ron Fuller screaming at you? You know, it's got to be a disadvantage for Mr. Olympia.
And Olympia now is in serious difficulty, being brutally pummeled by the assassin, and now his arch rival, Arn Anderson, belly-to-belly suplex. I'm not sure Olympia is going to be able to get out of this one, Charlie. He's up!
Wait a minute. Good forearm to the side of the head by Anderson, and he begins to pound away. at Olympia. Olympia going, looking.
He's scrambling, he's ducking, he's trying, he's found Josh Stroud.
That was the first hand he came to. He was almost out of it because he was going to the far side of the ring. He couldn't see anything.
Well, you can see the veteran talent of Anderson, who caught Josh Stroud coming in through the ropes. Stroud never even had a chance to get in the ring. He's fighting back. He's a game competitor. He'll be great in the sport one day. But right at this very moment, he is being seriously mauled by one Lord Humongous. It's difficult for me to fathom, number one, where Fuller found this guy, and number two, how any human being can possess the phenomenal strength and power that this man has.
Holding his man up. Now the assassin. Oh.
The big splash off the second rope. He posts the far leg. A count of, it looks like Fuller made him break up the pin.
What? I don't understand this. Fuller obviously just wanting to... Oh, there's that...
The dreaded front suplex has become the trademark of Anderson. 2, 3, and a win.
Wonderful. Don't it send chills up your spine? They're the greatest domination in the world.
All right. There you have the comments of the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller, talking about his wonderful stable. They are awesome. You can say that for them.
Well, they definitely are winners today here on Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Coming up next, we'll get a chance to look at the World's Junior Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
You stay with us. And
don't miss the excitement when Southeastern Championship Wrestling comes to Mobile's Expo Hall Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. You'll see the U.S. Junior title, the R.A.T Patrol, and Bill Ash. It's the Battle of Mobile as Mr. Olympia takes on Arn Anderson. Alabama State title, Porkchop Cash takes on the Lord Humongous, managed by the Tennessee Stud. Southeastern Tag Team titles, No DQ, the R.A.T Patrol take on Pat and Randy Rose. Southeastern title, Robert Fuller collides with Jimmy Golden. Continental title, Bob Armstrong meets the Assassin. Tuesday night, Mobile's Expo Hall at 8 p.m. Don't forget there's wrestling tomorrow night, the Pensacola Municipal Auditorium at 8 o'clock. Be sure to check your TV guide and your local program listings for the exact time of Southeastern Championship Wrestling next Saturday afternoon right here on WKRG TV 5. Tuesday night, Mobile's Expo Hall. What a night of wrestling it's going to be. Many important things are going to be settled. Standing by in Studio B, we've got the comments of the Tennessee Stud and a various assortment of his stable.
Can you believe this? I want you to back up there, Cameron, and get a shot of the flesh around me. Not only flesh, but take a look at these belts. United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, wonderful Bill Ash, going to take care of the Rats for good. Look at these Southeastern Tag Team Champions, the Handsome Roses, and they're going to take care of the R.A.T Patrol, too. Look at my man, Humongous, another championship belt. Can you believe it? And he's going to get rid of you, Porkchop Cash. You've been in my hair, you've been a problem, and you're going down for good. Look at my man back here. Gorgeous one himself. Southeastern Heavyweight Champion. My man, the Assassin over here. My beautiful one. Battle of Mobile. Can you imagine that? Mr. Olympia against handsome Arnold Anderson. It's going to be a big night in Mobile. You don't want to miss it. All this flesh is going to be their lives and they live in color. I don't want you girls touching their bodies either. Don't put your hands on them.
Tuesday night at Mobile's Expo Hall, the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship is on the line.
He said something right there. A lot of flesh will be there, and mine will be included. Mr. Ash, I'll be coming at you 110%. You can count on that, as well as the rest of the R.A.T Patrol. And another thing, I want to remind Mr. Arn Anderson that now he will call Mr. Olympia Mr. Olympia.
Southeastern Tag Team titles on the line. No DQ.
That's right.
They came running high. They finally putting them belts up for good one time, and it's no disqualification. You better believe we're going to take advantage of that no DQ.
Tuesday night at Mobile's Expo Hall, Alabama State title.
This is the night Lord Humongous get a whipping. You hear what I say? A whipping. New Year, the first day of the new year. And let me tell you, Lord Humongous, brother, I'm coming at you with everything I got, and I'm going to put it on your right.
Tuesday night, Mobile's Expo Hall. It's the Battle of Mobile, Mr. Olympia and Arn Anderson.
Well, you know, I thought it was all over in the cage. You know, a lot of people saw me crawl out. But I won, Arn Anderson. Remember that. I won, and I earned the right to be this Mr. Olympia. And you'll call me that every time you see me, whether you like it or not.
Tuesday night, Mobile's Expo Hall. Bell time is 8 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Now in the ring at 218 pounds, the world's junior heavyweight wrestling champion, Denny Brown. His opponent now making his way to the ring area at 198 pounds, rated number 6 in the world, Birmingham, Alabama's Mike Jackson.
And what a matchup we have here. Mike Jackson taking on the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. He is Denny Brown, and out to join me for the commentary, U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion Bill Ash.
Yes, now I'd like to make a comment on it. It's true that Denny Brown is the NWA World Champion. He was crowned on Thanksgiving night in Greensboro, North Carolina in a tournament. But I want to say one thing. I was not in that tournament. If I had been, I would be the world champion right now because I would beat this man.
Well, no, that's just speculation and something we'll never know about.
Not speculation. There's no doubt in my mind at all. And as far as knowing about it, I will get my shot sooner or later, Denny Brown. Even though the promotion denied me the shot at this man this time, they cannot deny me forever.
Okay, the comments of Bill Ash, side headlock by Denny Brown on Mike Jackson. And although you're not too familiar with Denny Brown, as you have admitted, Bill Ash, you are familiar with Mike Jackson, and he is an excellent competitor, junior heavyweight.
Yes, I think in the current rankings, he's ranked number 6 in the world. And I am ranked number 2 on those rankings. And as I have always said, regardless of what the rankings said, I am number 1. I can't help it if the people that make up the rankings make mistakes, because I am the number 1 junior heavyweight in the world, because I'm one of the best wrestlers in the world in any weight class, and I am the best in the junior heavyweight class.
Good move by Denny Brown. Again, up and over his man. Lightning fast action by Mike Jackson, and he catches the junior heavyweight champion with a drop kick that puts him to the canvas.
Now, see, when Mike Jackson went for that leapfrog, which was a very good move, and he's very fast at it, I would have been expecting something like a drop kick coming off, and I would have hooked that rope, and he'd have never caught me with that drop kick. But Denny Brown fell for it. I wouldn't have fell for it. I'd have hooked that rope, let Jackson take the fall, and then I'd have been on him like a chicken on a June bug. I guarantee you that.
Okay. Again, you're hearing the comments of Bill Ash, the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. Certainly 2 men in the ring right now. He wants to keep an eye on the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Denny Brown, with the head scissors on Mike Jackson, as Mr. Ash brought out number 6 ranked junior heavyweight in the world.
Yes. The one thing you brought out a comment that's true. The reason why I'm sitting out here is because I'm scouting this man, because I believe in scouting my opponents, all possible future opponents. I'm watching the man. I'm picking out his weaknesses. I already see 2 or 3 weaknesses and weak spots that I can take advantage of. These 2 men are concentrating on the physical aspects of it. I concentrate on the mental and the psychological aspects of it. That's why I'm superior.
Scouting everyone in the Southeastern wrestling area, each opponent will be very wise at this point, Mr. Ash, because in the weeks to come, in the opening of 1985, you're going to have elimination tournaments, trophies, big cash prizes, other tournaments in the works now. We'll have more details even later in this program on that. Look at this. Yes, Denny Brown going to the air.
Yes, now the mistake Jackson made, now Denny Brown dropped down one time. True, you can get away with it, but when he came back with that second drop down, I'd have came down with a knee right in the spine, and it would have been all over. I guarantee you that twice I would have beat the man right there.
Denny Brown now taking Jackson into those ring ropes.
Kind of a weak leg. He's not going to take Jackson out with that, I guarantee you. Jackson's tougher than that.
You have met the man before, you know.
Yes, I have. I will have to say this. Jackson is a smaller junior heavyweight, but he is tough. He's quick, he's agile, and he is a game competitor. He does have the guts to stand up there and face you, and he is quick. But the thing that makes me superior to any other junior heavyweight is my superior intellect, my superior knowledge and understanding of the wrestling game and sport, my understanding of the history of it. I am a student of the art of wrestling.
I have said many times on this program, Bill Ash, that you are, and whether someone likes you or agrees with your style or not, you're one of the craftiest individuals in that ring that I've ever seen.
Thank you, and that's a true statement. like I said earlier, these men are concentrating strictly on the physical aspects of it. I concentrate on the mental and psychological aspects. There is where I'm superior.
Good move by Jackson.
Yes, he was. I'll have to admit that, and he's got the champion down. I told you the man was very fast and was very agile. He's demonstrating that here. But I have defeated Jackson every time I met him. That's why I'm ranked number 2 and he's number 6, even though I should be number 1. And like I said again, I would be the world champion if I had been in that tournament. And I guarantee you it will only take me one time in that ring facing Denny Brown to wear that belt around my waist as well as the U.S. belt.
Well, Denny Brown.
I told you Jackson was quick and fast.
Costly mistake, possibly for him. Good, quick arm drag takedown. Now,
Yes.
here's something that you know as well as I do, Mr. Ash, that and it is highly possible that we have an upset on television today. Then Mr. Jackson would be in a very nice spot.
Yes, he would, and I guarantee you, I'll take Jackson. I took him before, and I'll take him again.
Okay.
I would love to see an upset on television because I could get my hands on Jackson easier than I can Denny Brown. That was a nice drop toe hold. I will have to give the man that. Both these men are agile. They do know the physical aspects and the moves of the game, but like I said again, and I'm going to say it again, to impress on the people, the reason why I am the superior one is because my superior knowledge and my superior strategy and understanding of human psychology. I outthink my opponents. I make my opponents beat themselves. I think them and force them into making moves that cost them.
I've seen that many times.
Yes,
Now,
you have.
I must agree with you that you do have a talent for that. Oh, beautiful.
That was a vicious
Flying
elbow.
Flying elbow by
Vicious
Mike
elbow. A vicious elbow. He's
Good
got
match we have here.
good reversal.
Jackson.
Good flying. It might be. It could be. Oh, that was close. That was as close as a hair. Another reversal. Here it is. Come on. 1, 2. No. The champion had the strength to kick out. If that would have been me, had Denny Brown locked up in a cradle, I guarantee you he would have went down to a defeat 1, 2, 3. He would not have kicked out of my cradle because I'd have had him locked in to where an elephant couldn't have kicked out.
Good forearm by Denny Brown.
These two are starting to go at it. They're getting serious. That's good. Let them wear each other up. All right.
Did you see that?
I'll have to give it to the man. That was a beautiful move on his part.
Well,
Quick reaction, quick thinking.
I tell you what, I thought there for a second that Mike Jackson was fixing to come back and take it right in the center of the ring, but it shows that maybe Mr. Ash, you're not the only one who has quite a talent for being a crafty individual. Let's go back, if we can, and take a look. And Bill Ash, your comments, please, on the action here as we go
right,
to replay.
He catches Mike Jackson with a good, vicious forearm. Jackson's down. The champion's going to the ropes. He hits the ropes. He's coming off. And Jackson sidestepped him, run him into the ropes. See, I told you how fast Jackson was. Okay, that's a very, very nice roll-up on Jackson's part. He's got the champion in very good position right now. But look, the champion, instead of stopping, he used Jackson's momentum and his own momentum to roll through, and then he hooked those legs into that upside-down cradle like that for 1, 2, 3.
The arms there is what made that
That's
move.
what locked it in. That was very good, very smart. I told you these two men are very good at the physical components and aspects of the game, that what makes me superior is my superior intellect and understanding and psychology.
Well, I thank you for your comments on the match. And your winner, NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion Denny Brown, what's this important word? As we promised you earlier, some news about 1985 in Southeastern Championship Wrestling. And this beautiful trophy you see on the desk with Rick and I is for the elimination tag matches coming up in the Southeastern Wrestling area. And I understand in the elimination matches this year, Southeastern Championship Wrestling has doubled the prize money.
That's right. As far as I understand it, this whole year is going to be double prize money, double automobiles, double everything. But before I go to say anything further, I heard the Tennessee Stud come out here and challenge me to a Continental title right here on TV next week. Is that right? Well, I just want to tell you that I'm no runner. The bullet don't run. I will take any one of his jackasses in his stable right on here next week. I'll tell anyone, I don't care which one it is. Everybody knows that if I can hang on to this title, I'll get a chance at Ric Flair, and not a half hour, not hour, but I'll get an hour and a half, 90 minutes, Charlie. 90 minutes with a world champion, that's a long time, and I can go that long. Another thing about it, I understand they're giving away the most fabulous built automobile in the country today. What do they call it, a Cadillac?
1985 Cadillac Seville.
Seville.
$29,000
Close
car.
to a 30,000 automobile, plus this elimination trophy, plus what the Studd's trying to do to me. I know he's got something in mind. I know next week on TV I'll have to be ready for something, but I will be ready. I've stood around, I've watched some of the things he's done here, and some of these things make me sick at my stomach. He's gotten rid of Austin Idol. He's gotten rid of a lot of people. But one thing he does not have is a Continental belt. That's what he wants. He wants to be the Triple Crown winner. He's got them all, brother, but he ain't got the bullet yet. He may get it, but, brother, he's got to go over me, and I'll have to be unconscious for him to get it. So next week on TV Stud, I'll be here, and I'll bring my belt. Look out, $20,000. How much money are they giving away for this thing? $20,000, something like that. And a gigantic trophy. Everybody will be competing for that. It'll be something else. This year's going to be something else, and I just hope the bullet will be part of it. Thank you very much.
Well, that'll be signed on television for next week. There you have it from the words of the champion himself. The Continental Heavyweight Championship on TV next week.
Personality profile coming up next. Stay with us.
Wonderful day out here. I tell you, life is wonderful, ain't it? It's really nice for people like my stable here. You see smiles on all my men's faces here, and there's a smile in my heart, I tell you that. Now, I know things are mighty bad for you, Bob Armstrong. Austin Idol, we don't even know where he is. He's out of professional wrestling. That's where he belongs. Robert Fuller went and stuck his nose into things, and he's out, right, Jimmy? He's out where he belongs. I just got a little information for you people today. I want y'all to pay attention now because I'm going to say some important things, and I want everybody to pick up on it. First of all, I am quickly, very quickly becoming the greatest manager of all time, like I've always said. I'm doing it because I have two champions here, my Southeastern champion, my Alabama champion. You all people know Arnold's reputation. He's soon to be a champion. He's already a champion in many ways. He has that quality about him. And my to-be Continental Heavyweight Champion, my assassin over here. My world-famous assassin, I might add. And if you'll take a look at my four men in my stable, the stable is almost complete, by the way. If you'll take a look at these four men, it's obvious in one glance that these men are all champions. And that's what's going to be in my stable, all champions, because I'm going to manage all champions. I'm going to be the Triple Crown manager. I'm going to be the first person that's ever held the Southeastern, the Alabama, and the Continental Heavyweight Championship. I'm now getting to Bob Armstrong. He's the only one left just about, Bullet Bob Armstrong. You are the Continental Heavyweight Champion. I want that belt, and you know I want that belt. But I want that belt now for another reason. Because if we win the Continental title in the next 2 weeks, then you're not going to be able to face Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight Championship. Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. That's going to be a little bonus for me. Not only am I going to get the belt, not only is my assassin going to take that Continental title, but at the same time, we are going to keep you, Bob Armstrong, from getting a World Heavyweight Championship shot. Oh, it just warms the cockles of my heart. I swear it does. Oh, I just love it. I love it. You can see the display of talent that I have here. You know what I'm capable of. You know what each and every one of my men is capable of. You people here in the Southeastern United States know now, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that the Tennessee Stud Stable is going to take control of this area. My men are so good, they are so talented, that I don't even need to come to the matches. Do you understand? I don't need to be in any one of these men's corner for them to be a winner. And there's a lot of nights that I won't be in their corner. I'm going to prove to the people that not only am I the greatest manager of all time, but my wrestlers are the greatest wrestlers of all time. They can defend their titles and win their titles simply by going to the ring and doing it on their own ability. Now, who has a better stable than that? Who has a stronger group of men than that? Who has a better man for man than my stable? I want to know who in the country has a better man. Nobody. Better than my gorgeous one. Better than my magnificent Lord Humongous. Better than my beautiful Arnold Anderson. better than my world-famous assassin? Who can top my stable? If there's anyone in this country that can top my stable, I want to see who it is. Bob Armstrong, Continental title. We want it. We want it. We want it. We want it. I want to be the Triple Crown manager.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is today's television main event. One fall with TV time remaining. Your ring officials remain the same. Scheduled to appear now will be the reigning Southeastern Heavyweight Wrestling Champion under, of course, the management of the Tennessee stud Ron Fuller. We're waiting on the arrival of the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion. But first, let's have this word from Charlie Platt.
Thank you, Rick, and we've been mentioning for quite some time today about the big tournaments coming up in 1985. We have some videotape of one of the big tournaments that will be taking place, the item that will be up for grabs in this tournament. That is a 1985 Cadillac that will be on the line in a one-night round-robin tournament, a $30,000 automobile. This is just the way that Southeastern Championship Wrestling will be kicking off 1985 Cadillac tournaments, elimination tournaments with double prize money, up to $20,000 in cash to be won in one night by one competitor. Elimination tag match on TV next week, and upcoming this big Cadillac tournament right here at Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Let's go back to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is today's scheduled television main event. One fall TV time remaining. Now in the ring, 238 Montgomery, Alabama. The Southeastern Hey,
what's he doing out there? What's he want?
One thing. Now, a little while ago, here came the stud out here, right? He challenged me to a Continental title right here next week. Challenged me. I accepted. I said, I'll take a Continental title right here. If he's got guts enough, have him put his Southeastern title up. I'll wrestle him right now for his Southeastern title. All right? Yeah, I'll put
Southeastern title.
Southeastern title. I said I'd put my Continental title up next week. How about him putting that title up this week? I'm right here, and I'm ready to wrestle him right now. How about it?
Well, I would think you have some bargaining power.
The Southeastern seems only fair.
What he says, he wants the South scheduled for no championship match. We're supposed to wrestle John Smith here today.
I said that I would